You're live.
Oh, we're live. You see me?
And everyone else does too.
Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna put Sean. I'm gonna put you on speaker. And will you go to your computer and see if I'm on?
Well, I'm not on right now. I'll come back later.
Am I on? Hi, everybody. Hi, Davio. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me and you can see me? We had major technical difficulty setting this up. Oh, hey, Mike. So Mike has been an angel. He has been on the phone with me and my daughter for the last hour. We have been trying to do it in Zoom and then in YouTube, and we've tried every which way and nothing worked. So we finally decided to go through YouTube, but unfortunately, Sean will not be able to use the link to get on. So when we get to the question part in about 10 minutes, the best I can do is hold up a phone. Oh, there's Mike. Should we say hello to Mike? Mike, you are live. Do you see me? So Mike does not see me. Oh, yay, Mike sees it. So Mike and K-Pro are at the Horseshoe in a poker tournament. And I feel really, really badly because I made him miss a whole poker tournament while he helped me. But so everyone, let's say a big thank you to Mike. Hip hip hooray for Mike. Woo! Bye. So thank you guys all for being here in our live stream. Mass Lady here. Sean will be here in a little bit, but like I said, unfortunately, is going to have to be really loud speakerphone because none of us could get the Zoom and the YouTube to work. So, but I'm here, right? And my daughter, Emery, she's going to be helping with the chat. So if you have a question in chat, put a big Q so we'll know it's a question. And then my daughter, Emery, will write it down and feed it to me later because I have a whole bunch of questions from the Facebook as well. But first of all, I want to say happy Festivus to everybody. Oh, hey, Spaghetti. Oh, Lorraine. Hey, Lorraine. Davio. Mojo. Candace. Hey, Candace. Is Greg here? Tristina, Huli. Oh my gosh, I am just like overwhelmed. So many of you are here for this. So I want to first say happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. But for the rest of us, what is there? Let's hear it. Festivus for the rest of us. For you guys that are Seinfeld fans, I think a lot of you are. You should know what Festivus is. Let's see a 1 in the chat for everyone that knows Festivus. I know for you youngsters, a couple of you don't, but anyone who knows Seinfeld knows about Festivus. But here's an interesting fact. Did you know that it's a real holiday? Most people think it was created by the series Seinfeld, and now it's just a part of pop culture. Really, it was a holiday, and the father of a staff writer on Seinfeld created it when the kid was just 8. And Seinfeld got a hold of this story about Festivus and wanted to put it in their episode. So this writer, whose dad's actually created it, they collaborated, and that's that's how you have Festivus. And the rules and traditions are you air your grievances. So I thought that would be perfect for this stream. And then you also, besides airing your grievances, what else you got? Who can tell me what's the second thing you do? Does anyone know, besides airing your grievances, what it's about? Feats of strength. You also say your feats of strength. Okay, yeah, go ahead. We'll come right back. So anyway, we thought the 23rd would be a really good day to do this. We know you're busy with holiday stuff. We're not going to go longer than an hour. I apologize for my voice. I'm just getting over being sick. And I apologize for the technical difficulties that Sean will not be here. But like I said, he will be here on the phone in just a little bit. And hopefully you can hear him with whatever you want to ask him. So where y'all coming in from? Let's see where you're coming in from. I am in Tarzana. And I see a couple of people I know live back east. So it's a little bit later there. Oh, yeah, beef spaghetti, test of strength. You're right about that. Oh, the pole. I don't have a pole, but that is a tradition with Festivus. You have a pole and you don't decorate it or anything. You just have the pole, which is really cool. Oh, Michigan. Hey, Fana, my husband's from Michigan. Candace, New York. Oh, but beef spaghetti, Denver. I love Denver. I hate the Denver airport. Did you know the Denver airport is haunted? That has been a story for years and years and years, but I have never seen a ghost there. Unicorn is from Canada. Another Michigan. Tampa. Samantha, I didn't know you were from Tampa. Nice place. Rhode Island. Agnes. My grandmother was from Rhode Island. South Texas. The cow lasers say they're at the Horseshoe, which I was just in Vegas last week for the opening of the Fountain Blue. It's a brand new hotel. This hand touched Tom Brady, just saying. Touched Tom Brady. So good luck, cow lasers, but I'm happy you're watching this live stream. So anyway, I don't want to keep droning on because I know you guys have a lot of questions and we really want to answer as many as we can. And so the first question is, why now? Why are we doing a live stream now? And well, first of all, I kind of thought it would be a nice holiday thing to do. And the other thing is there has been some misinformation out there. And I really don't want there to be misinformation. By the way, can you guys hear me okay? Give me a 1 if you guys can hear me. Yay, they can hear me. Okay. So if I'm too loud or too soft, just let me know. My first live stream ever, by the way. So I'm just trying to muddle through my best. But, for you guys that have been in this a long time, you pretty much know that Sean and I, we don't like red herrings. And we did not use any red herrings on purpose. So when we hear misinformation out there, we know this hunt is difficult enough. And we really don't want you guys to be led down a wrong path. So the big misinformation is that you need the clues to solve the treasure hunt. That is absolutely not true. You do not need the clues to solve the treasure hunt. All you need is the book. And we've said that from the start. So I know a lot of you get hung up on the clues, but the reason we did the clues in the first place, and we did plan to do clues from the start, it is to help along the way if you need it. Some are better than others as far as the clues are concerned, but you certainly do not need the clues to solve the treasure hunt. All you need is the book. I mean, we think it's really fun, too, to have the clues. We think, it's fun to have celebrities attached. It brings more attention to the book. It's really helped up our sales, which the last 6 months we've done really, really well. So we think it's really cool, but you do not need them to solve the treasure hunt. So that's what I really wanted to say. I mean, we're fine with commentary. We're fine with criticism. Oh boy, Sean and I have been on the other side of this. We have worked on treasure hunts together, and we know how frustrating it can get. We worked on the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt together, Dave's, and I adore Dave, but at some point we were saying, "Oh, that Dave, this is ridiculous, and this really sucks," and on and on. Then when we solved it, we were like, "Oh, Dave's brilliant, this was wonderful." We were literally, about 30 minutes too late. And it was solved, but we actually solved it, and it was a great high that we figured it out. So so I get what you guys are going through. I understand the frustration. So with this stream, we would just like to, that's one thing I really wanted to clear up, the clues, because I think that's really important for you guys to know. You do not need them to solve the treasure hunt. So while we're waiting for Sean, and he should call me in just a few minutes, I'm just going to answer a couple more questions that are probably, just personal questions you asked. There's one question that says, are you guys going to wait till Xavier is solved to start any other projects? Which is a really good question. And the answer to that is no. Sean and I both have other things that we're working on. Anything having to do with Xavier, Sean and I, of course, will work on together, but we are also working on our own separate projects. Some treasure hunt and scavenger hunt type stuff, and some other stuff as well. So I'm really excited to tell you guys about that as we go on. I'm actually working on a college campus treasure hunt where we're going to different college campuses and having students find things. Originally, it was going to be, say we're doing the first one at UCLA, can a UCLA student beat an expert treasure hunter, which was going to be Sean, like a kid that knows the campus very well, and Sean, who's an expert treasure hunter, who's going to win. But it ended up Sean is deep doing other stuff. And so we're pitting two students against each other. And so that's going to be a whole series I'm really excited about. Plus some other stuff, which I will, tell you as we go. Other things that have happened with Xavier that's really exciting. So you guys remember when we had the LA Times article come out, which was very exciting for us. So from that, we have an Emmy-winning producer of children's programming that reached out to us and wanted the rights to it and wrote a pitch and took Sean and I along to pitch it. So we pitched it to Disney, to Apple TV, to some other French company, and we have some more pitches after the first of the year. Not holding our breath, but that's pretty exciting, and we've learned so much. Really nice guy. He's done some really great work, so that was really exciting. So that's kind of what's going on with Xavier and what's coming next. I can't speak for Sean. When he comes on, I'm not sure what's next for him. That's not Xavier, but certainly anything Xavier, if we write some more Xavier books or even Happy Little Tree books, we will definitely do that together. So I guess, we're going to start with the questions from Facebook, and hopefully Sean will call soon. So everyone, 1, 2, 3, let's say, Sean, where are you, Sean? Okay, so Emery, Mike, can you give me the questions? Okay, so these are from Facebook, okay? Sean, is your elf Santa hat a clue? Just in time, saved by the bell. All right, speaker. Sean, say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
I'm so sorry, guys. It has to be like this. But as Mike will tell you, we really tried really, really hard. Can you hear Sean? Say something again, Sean.
I can hear you. Can everyone hear me? Does that mean no?
Yeah, put a 1 if you can hear Sean. Yes, Candace says yes. Susie 1. Yeah, they hear you. Lorraine, yes. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, guys. So the first, I just mentioned the first question, Sean, which is your elf hat, Santa had a clue?
Are my hats or my clothes clues is the question?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I would say if they are clues, they're not clues that are going to help you find the proxy. I don't think so, at least.
Okay.
You never know, I guess, right? If somebody thinks the right thing, that was not intended or not.
And yeah, okay. Someone says you're a little bit lower sound than me, but they can still hear you. So let me try to turn your volume up just a little bit. We do what we can do here at Xavier MarX, right? We're making do for our first stream. We'll look back on this and laugh, Sean. And Lorraine was a very special hunter that actually got to wear your Dipper Pines hat, if you remember.
Yes, she just sent it back to me. I have it back now.
Oh, well,
I could wear it right now if I so chose.
Lorraine, did you get special powers instilled in you from that hat that gave you some ideas? Let us know. Okay, so the next question we have is from Allison Rose. Allison, are you in here? She says, are all or most of the clues designed to help solve puzzles or gain info directly from the book?
We're talking about the celebrity bonus clues?
That was the complete question on the Facebook thread. Can anyone help me out here?
Well, assuming we're talking about the celebrity bonus clues, we've been following the plan that we had since before the hunt even began with the celebrity bonus clues. Sort of putting out the clues that we think, searches as a whole are probably going to need. I know a lot of times people tell us what they want the clues to be, but, we're putting out what we believe people need the clues to be.
And I'm trying to monitor the chat while I hold Sean. My daughter's writing down questions from chat, and we'll get from that. And I'm going to try to go really quickly because we don't want to make this longer than an hour. So Holly Perdos. Hey, Holly, if you're in here. Are any of the Bob Ross puzzles or celebrity clues a nod to how to solve the hunt? Or are the actual clues directly leading to the answer?
I think these are kind of the difficult questions to answer because people might read into whatever I say the wrong way. The main point of the Bob Ross puzzles was obviously to get everyone the state, which I think everyone has sort of figured out the state in which the proxy is hidden. Could there be other stuff, somewhere within the Bob Ross, whole project that could be important? I would say definitely yes. There's probably some things that no one's even picked up on yet, but as a main purpose, it was just to get the state across.
And I think you guys did a great job on the Bob Ross clues. I think it was a lot of fun, and it was a big clue. At the time, we called it a mega clue, which it really is, because it led to the state. No doubt about what state it's in. I think you all know what state it's in.
I think I should mention too, if people sort of enjoyed that type of hunt, I know Samantha Dammer, who works on our hunt, also has a book out called The Franklin Key, and it's kind of pretty similar. Not it's a lot of puzzles. It's at least 50 puzzles, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So if people enjoyed that, they should support her by getting that book as well, I'd say.
Oh, absolutely, guys. You definitely should get that book. And as long as we're talking about other treasure hunts, I see Beefagetti. He highlighted us. The Dipper hat smells of money. So as long as we're speaking of other hunts, okay, beefagetti. So I spent 3 days in Portland on Mount Tabor with a broken knee, looking for, I don't know if a lot of you guys participate in the Treasure Guys hunt. It was so much fun. I had the location and I just couldn't close it. I couldn't find it. Beefagetti shows up probably about 15 minutes after I left for the airport, and he immediately finds the treasure. So yeah, I would have loved to meet you, Beef, but hopefully next time. But it was a gorgeous park. I mean, that's one thing I'd like to say. I never would have gone to Portland, Oregon, or even known about this amazing park on a mountain that was a volcano with lava. I want to go back there. It was just the most amazing experience. So very cool. That would have been funny if we had run into each other at the right tree, Beefagetti. Lorraine, I now see Sean's brain. Good, Lorraine. Agnes. So I'm going to alternate between the chat and the questions in Facebook. But Agnes says, why do you think the treasure has not been found yet? That's a great question, Agnes. We don't know. That's my best answer. I think it takes one thing to kind of click in, and then everything will make sense. I just don't think that one thing has clicked in for any of you yet. Sean, I mean, we are surprised it has lasted this long. We absolutely did not think it was going to last this long. And Sean, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I'd say, we've seen people from very early on that were, very close. So people have been close, continue to be close, different people. And so I'm sure the reason it probably hasn't been solved yet is just, people being locked into maybe some of the wrong thinking on certain things, maybe.
And it's like, I like to tell the story with K-Pro because I think it's hysterical. And this is all in fun. This is all in fun, K-Pro. But it was like, you must have walked by that bench 50 times, right? With the $10,000 coin under it, thinking this is the worst hunt. It's impossible to find. We've been at this park for, like a decade and we can't find it. And yeah, and it ended up being under that bench you had walked by a million times. So looking back, it was like, oh gosh, easy. I should have known that. And that's what we're kind of thinking with this, kind of, geez, I could have done that. Why didn't I think of that at the time? So, oh my gosh, I am so sorry to 3D Bronze. It was not Beefagetti. It was 3D Bronze that found the treasure in Portland. 3D, if you're in here, my deepest apologies. I get you two mixed up because you both are brilliant and great treasure hunters. And yeah, sorry about that. But thanks for letting me know, Beefagetti. Okay, Sasha. Sasha is another nemesis of mine that found the treasure in Boston with my daughter and husband searching in the same areas. So that was really cool. And they really, really loved meeting you, Sasha. But her question is, in certain images of the book, it seems like the artist missed filling in certain colors. Is this accidental? So I'm really glad you asked that, Sasha. Sean, I'm going to let you take this one.
What was the question again? Sorry.
Sean's sleeping over there in Long Beach. Wake up. In certain images of the book, it seems like the artist missed filling in certain colors. Is that accidental?
I would say that, without speaking to specifics, I would say that there's definitely a lot of choices that were made by the artist in terms of, producing and, 80 pages of art. And I think sometimes people might be reading too much into maybe the minutia of why she might have flipped a few characters or done this or that. And probably a lot of the time, the answer is probably the most logical answer, which is to speed up the process a bit. So not saying that there's no clues there, of course. There certainly could be, but I would say the most logical answer there a lot of the time is probably just that trying to speed up the process. There's a lot of art in the book.
Yeah, and at the time, we were in a very big hurry to get the book finished because we wanted to have it out. There's like this big art Olympiad that happens every 4 years that's put on by the International Child Art Foundation, which everyone knows that's where all the proceeds go from this book. And we really wanted it to make its debut there. It's a very, very big deal. And so, yeah, so our artist, who is terrific, Sarah Martin, she goes by Sleepy Paints on Instagram. You guys should definitely check her out. I mean, she's an incredible artist. She did this all digitally, but you should see her hand sketches. She does real life sketches. She's great. So yeah, but she got it out in like a few days. So part of that is just that. We were in a hurry to get it done. So I'm shouting over to my daughter, Emery. Can you go on the Facebook thread and give me a couple more questions here? Or you guys?
I have a question. Samantha Dammer wants to know, can you solve it without a smartphone?
Oh, Samantha. Okay. Samantha Dammer or Dahmer wants to know if you can solve it without a smartphone.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Simple answer. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So yeah, you guys, any questions, put a big Q so my daughter can, see what are questions. I'm trying to monitor the chat as well.
So I'm looking at the Facebook.
Okay. Can you solve unicorn? Can you solve it without Google Earth? Sean?
I don't know if we necessarily want to answer too many direct yes or no questions. I will say this might be a good time to mention, I know I put it on the Facebook thread. I kind of said there was one question that was asked early on. It doesn't necessarily relate to this, but it relates to like some of these yes or no binary questions that I know we're going to get. And I said, there's one question I was asked early on in an interview that I think would have been maybe something people would have, cued in on and kind of focused on that. I was surprised they didn't. So I'll say what that was. And it was a question when I was, either me or both of us were on with Cal Lazar's, and he said, is there more than one way to arrive at the answer? And I said, yes. And then he looked surprised, and then everyone just kind of moved on. And I would say that might be something that is worth thinking about, like why or how there could be multiple ways to arrive at the answer.
Yeah. So there you have it. So Emery, any more questions on the Facebook?
I mean, there's so many. Do you want to just pick them? And
Yeah, just pick them. So you guys, if I missed any of your Facebook questions, my daughter's looking through them, but also put them in the chat. That might be easier right now.
I saw one question. I'm not sure I totally understand it, but it said something about, is Emerson Martin off limits as a real person? He is a real person. That's my friend's son. And I mean, I don't know what is he off limits means, but yeah, he's off limits for like contacting because he's a kid. So I'm not sure if that's answering the question or not.
But I have to say, I love his picture. Out of all the kid art, his is my very favorite. Because art is in the eye of the beholder, and I think it's a beautiful picture he did, and it's featured. So really, really, if you're watching Emerson or Emerson's parents, yeah, we really did love that picture.
Okay.
Another question
Steinbeck
coming.
wants to know: will you increase the prize, double or triple the prize?
Okay.
Coin.
Will you increase the prize? It seems like, considering it's been going on for a couple of years, right? And it's harder than we thought it was. We should. It was a good idea, but most likely we're not going to be able to do that. Especially since all the proceeds go to the International Child Art Foundation. We don't have that cash flow to do that, even though sales have been picking up, and I would love to do that, but I don't think we're going to be able to. But I think $10,000 is a pretty good price. Maybe not considering all the hours some of you had put into this, but it's going to be really cool when one of you find it. And a lot of people are still working on it, and I think something you guys don't know, there are other groups working on this as well, besides the treasure hunting community. So it would be really interesting. I don't hear from them, but I know they're working on it. There's a alumni group from Stanford that's working on it. There's a group from MIT that's working on it. And some other people that aren't even in the community. So I think that's all really cool, because we've been trying with a lot of other treasure hunters to really become more mainstream. I love this community. It's a great community. You guys are our people, right, Sean? But it would be so wonderful to make treasure hunting more in the mainstream. It's such a great activity, and more people could enjoy it. So that's what we have been really trying to figure out. And that's one of the reasons as well. We're getting the celebrities to try to get the word out that treasure hunting is a great activity. So Karen Cross, how many ciphers are used in the book?
Is that for me?
Yeah, all these questions are for you, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to give people the information that they need, but in terms of answering a ton of specific questions like that, I don't think that necessarily helps, because if there are ciphers in the book, there should be some sort of indicator, so you're not just relentlessly trying a million different ciphers for no reason. But that's for you to, I guess, discover as you try to work on the hunt.
Carrie B, from Facebook, would you say the solve is complete and that we would not miss the proxy, or could you pass it by inches?
What was the first part of that question?
From Facebook, would you say the solve is complete and that we would not miss the proxy, or could you pass it by inches?
If you've solved everything, could you pass it by inches? I mean, I suppose you could pass it by inches. There was someone, probably, if we're going to be real, probably not a treasure hunter, but somebody came within 1 inch of the treasure at one point. So that was interesting.
Beef spaghetti. If I were the most helpful hint ever, what would I be having for dinner? Egg? I don't know. I like that though. I like that. Alan says, I like this one. Mary X Marks. Alan, are you in the chat? So I tease Alan all the time, because at one point he just gave up and threw in the towel. So I always ask Alan if he's found that towel yet, because I see he's still working on it here and there, which is not a bad idea. So Sean and I really created this treasure hunt and wrote it out of joy and a lot of happiness and fun. And we certainly don't want anyone to be frustrated and just pain over it. I mean, that was not our intention. So if it's becoming more frustrating than bringing you happiness, we suggest you put it down. There's a lot of other great treasure hunts out there. Work on something else and then come back to it, maybe with a clearer head. Don't you agree, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. We don't want it to be for everyone. But yeah, if you're having fun, enjoy it, then keep working on it. If you're not, put it down, do something else. Lots of treasure hunts out there, like you said, different styles. If there's someone that, for example, said, oh, I really like the happy little tree, but I don't know where to start yerba. Like I said, I recommended the Franklin key. That's the one I happen to be working on, but there's definitely a lot out there right now, a whole handful. I know Retrobird has some puzzles out there now too. Lots of options.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the one thing I don't agree with, Sean, is I do want it to be for everybody. Because I think that was one of the reasons we wrote it. We wanted it to be for young and old and, the whole family to work together, which is really a big challenge to do that. And so I think we did pretty well as far as that's concerned. We do have families working together. We have some great stories. And again, I appreciate all the stories and the places you search that you write to us in Instagram. We really enjoy reading them. And Sean and I just don't answer anything. We think we're better off that way. And we're not being a snob or anything like that. And after someone finds it, who knows? We might even write a book with all the adorable and clever solves because it is very, very entertaining. And the other thing is, oh yeah, I wanted to say a lot of you have tried to friend me on my personal Facebook. And again, as soon as the treasure hunt is over, I will friend all of you. I will accept. But I just think it's better until the treasure is found, just not to friend anyone. And I don't put anything on my personal Facebook that would be anywhere near a hit. So people who are already in there is fine. But I think I'm just going to wait till the treasure is found before I friend anyone. So yeah, please don't take that as an insult.
Okay.
Oh, my daughter has another question that came in.
Debbie Adams and a lot of people on Facebook were asking about the Roman numeral clue. But Debbie says, can you solve it without the Roman numeral clue?
All right, Debbie Adams. This is probably a question everyone's going to be interested in. So Debbie Adams, can you solve the treasure hunt without the Roman numerals? And I'm going to leave this one to Sean.
I know some people have asked, has there been any of the celebrity clues related to the Roman numerals? And certainly at least one has. I can't remember off the top of my head, but at least one has. Can you solve it without the Roman numerals? I don't think I necessarily want to answer a lot of the the binary questions, just because, like I said earlier, I've just acknowledged there's at least one way to solve it, right? There's at least two ways to solve it. So I don't want to give too much information away about what each of those ways might be and what they might, entail.
So I know that probably didn't help much, but hopefully that helped a little bit. I
think it should help.
Yeah.
That's a very helpful comment.
That is a helpful comment. It is a helpful comment. And Sean, you have never looked so good.
Thanks.
No, Sean's adorable. I'm just kidding. I was just reading a comment by Hush Whisperer about Woody Woodpecker. He stole the paintings. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to say good or bad theory. I think all the theories are definitely worthwhile to explore everything. Let's see. Do you ever feel bad for people telling you about admittedly searching the wrong solve? Well, I don't know how Sean feels, but no, I never feel badly about that because you're getting out, you're discovering new things, you're um, finding some beautiful places. So I think it's worthwhile whether you find the treasure or not. Just like I was talking to you about me being in Portland for 3 days. I seriously had the best time. I was frustrated I didn't find the treasure, but when you weigh everything else against that, it was totally worthwhile. And I'm going to go back with my dog because there was actually a big dog park off leash on this big mountain, and it was pretty amazing. So, guys, were some of the things we said helpful? Because we really want this stream to. We want to connect. We want you to feel a little bit better. We don't like hearing the frustration. We really don't like the misinformation. So, has any of this been helpful so far? And is there anything you really, really want to know, personal or otherwise? Put it in the chat.
I see Karen says, can you direct us to the first important clue? If you're talking about bonus clues, the first bonus clue is an important one. I think a lot of them are important. But, obviously, as we said, they're not needed. But they could help you.
Oh, no, we have a meh. We have a meh. Sorry, Susie. What can we answer for you, Susie, reasonably that would make you happy? Something actually reasonable that we can't answer, because I don't want a meh. Let's see. Emery, any more on Facebook?
I think the map people might be the people who are saying, you got to put the book down. You're not making yourself happy.
Right.
Find something else. There's so much joy in life.
Yeah, there really is. And like I said, you guys should really try the treasure hunt, guys. They're short hunts, only a week. Beautiful places he sends you to. Really nice guy. Love those. I haven't heard anything from Dave. Have any of you guys? Is he working on anything from the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt? We totally enjoyed his hunts. We were very frustrated at some point, but it ended up that they were really good. He did certain things that were really, really good, and got a lot of great response, and a lot of people on board for those. Calazers. And by the way, if I haven't thanked Mike enough, seriously, he missed his poker tournament. He was on the phone with me and my daughter for an hour trying to get the YouTube to work. So if I haven't thanked him enough, I'm thanking him again. And next time I'm in Vegas, which will be soon, take him out to dinner. A good dinner, you and K-Pro. Anyway, Calazers say, is Jesse Eisenberg's clue needed to find the proxy?
I just think a lot of these clues, a lot of these questions are kind of similar. And when I've already acknowledged that there's more than one way to reach the location that you need to reach for the proxy, it's very hard to answer a lot of these questions. Maybe nothing is needed if the two methods do not overlap, right? It's hard to say.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. Hush whisper, you donate an item in Manhattan Central Park that contains the proxy. You need to. Oh, that's just a theory. Okay. Thank you for that, Hush. Daughter, oh mine. Is there anything else?
Is any external source needed, like Dr. Seuss, or does the book stand alone?
Who's that from?
Unicorn.
Unicorn. Unicorn says, is there anything else needed, like a Dr. Seuss book, to solve the puzzle, or is it stand alone? Is that what it says, Em?
Yeah.
By the way, a big thank you to my daughter Emery, who is here for winter break. She goes to school in Boston. Anyone here from Boston, by the way? It's a great place. But thank you to Emery. I wish she would be more involved and help out more because she's so great. So maybe I can talk her into it. Let's
I would say, to answer that question, if anything is needed or if anything is suggested, there should be some sort of indicator in the book that you need to maybe go to a certain place or find a certain source or whatever the question might be. Yeah, like you shouldn't necessarily have to just go willy-nilly, but if something's suggesting that you go somewhere or you feel like it is, or you think it might be hinting to go somewhere, then go there and check it out.
Cool. Emery, next question.
Let's see. General knowledge is clearly helpful, but some hunts require a very specific third-party source. This is similar.
A similar question about
okay.
third-party sources. I think Sean did a good job of
interesting.
answering that. So, but I really kind of, while Emery's looking for other questions, and certainly any more questions, put them in the chat. There were a lot on Facebook. I hope if we passed over your question, with all the technical issues trying to get on, I'm sure I passed over some, but put them in the chat now. We have about 10 more minutes because I said I wasn't going to go longer than an hour because I know you guys are still getting ready for the holiday and I don't want you to have to be on too long.
Susie wants to know, is knowing which of Xavier's classmates are short and which are tall needed for the solution?
I love that. Who is that?
Susie's some name.
Susie, that's a great question. So Susie asked, some students are short and some students are tall. Is that important? You need that to solve the clue. I think I'm just going to answer that, Sean. Don't get mad at me. I'm going to answer that. No. Just plain no. You don't need short and tall to solve the clue. So don't say I never gave you a direct answer to one of the clues. So, I want to get back, just because we only have a few more minutes, a little bit to the celebrity clues, because I know that has probably been the biggest misinformation and actually biggest controversy too, because I love clues. Sean hates clues. Half of you want clues, half of you don't want clues. So, yeah, I'd really like to talk about that just a little bit more because I just want to reiterate, you do not need the clues to solve the treasure. You absolutely don't. They're a lot of fun. They're definitely helpful, some more than others. As far as the celebrities, a lot of them, we gave the clue and let them kind of do it how they wanted to do it. In some cases, the celebrity came up with their own clue, which I can't wait to tell you about that after someone finds the treasure, because there's a couple of really, really funny stories about that. Right, Sean? Yeah. Was that a fake laugh? Sean?
No, I'm just reading some of the questions. I see Samantha says, is Air Dud a real movie? It's a real movie concept. It could be a real movie if the right people wanted to fund it. Yeah, so I wouldn't read too much into Air Dud as a clue, which I assume is why you're asking the question.
So what did you guys think about Max Fosh's clue? So Max Fosh, I know a lot of you knew him, but a lot of you did not know him. So Sean and I are big fans. He's a YouTube influencer. He has several million subscribers. He's a comedian. He does great content. I mean, if you find yourself, without anything to do, you should go on his channel. I mean, some of the stuff is hysterical. He took his sister to court to sue her for like when he was, this was all a setup, just a funny thing. I think she broke one of his teeth when he was young. He snuck into a national security convention. I mean, he's really funny. And we were so excited about getting him on board to do a clue. So let me hear in the chat what you guys thought about him and if you even knew him. And if you don't, yeah, definitely go check him out. I think you'll have a lot of fun. And he has done several treasure hunts. One, I must say, that Sean was extremely close to finding. $100,000 was the prize. And that must have been heartbreaking, Sean.
I got over it.
Sean got over it. So were any of you other guys working on the MacFosh treasure hunt? So anyway, let me know what you thought of that clue. It was a very long clue, probably the longest clue we've had so far, but very good clue. And I love the way he gave it. Hey, by the way, guys, and this is off the subject, but are any of you in the community or in the chat right now, you have editing skills? I am looking for a very good editor to do a few things. I would love to hire someone from the community. I think would be really cool. So DM me if you have editing skills and you want, a little part-time work. That would be super cool. Super cool. Beefagetti says he worked on Max Fosh's hunt. How did you do on it, Beefagetti? Were you close? Mike, or I don't know if it's Mike or K-Bro, probably Mike, says, I hate that clue. Mike, why do you hate that clue? I would love to hear. Tell me. Video, Sasha, video editing. Yeah, one of the things we want to do is we have Mac Fosh's clue as a short. We want to make it into long form because he's just such a great person with a great following. We think it would be terrific to make a long form video and maybe get more people interested in the hunt. So let's see. Daughter o' mine. Anything else? She's looking. Any other questions, guys? We have 1 minute. Should we do celebrity gossip in the 1 minute we have left? Are there any more questions, guys?
There were a couple. Someone wanted to know, how do you know that someone came within an inch of finding it?
Oh.
And also someone wants to know, when was it recently checked to see if it's
okay
there?
So someone asked, how would you know if someone comes within an inch of finding it? And I guess the answer to that is we want it, right, Sean?
No, we do, but we're just not going to give away we're not going to tell people how we check on it or anything like that. We can say, though, that it has been in place as of last check for over 2 years untouched.
Yeah. So we do check on it every now and then. And if you read the rules of the book, we do have things in place just in case you find the spot and it's not there. We don't think that's going to happen, but we really wanted to be prepared for any possibility. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this live chat. Maybe we'll do it once a week if I can get the technology stuff straightened out. Oh my gosh, Mike, tell them how hard we really tried. We really tried very hard to get this right. So, but hopefully next time will be easier. I like just really touching base with you guys and just seeing what the general feeling is, and if you think you're making progress, what the general frustration is. So yeah, I would love to do these more often if I can figure out the technical stuff of it. So would you guys like that? Let me know if you think that'd be cool. Maybe even every other week, something like that, just to check in. Oh, thanks, Barry. Happy holidays to you too. And all of you. We just want to say we're grateful for all of you in the treasure hunting community, as well as other people outside the community that are working on this. We really appreciate it. It's going to a terrific cause, and not only the funds, but also getting the word out that this is such a great cause. The International Child Art Foundation, they donate art supplies to children all over the world. And so, so no matter how frustrated you get, that's got to kind of put a smile on your face, right?
I see Sasha says, is Treasure Island book needed? Can't say whether it's needed or not, but there's a reason that all the books I thanked were thanked.
So I think I'll end this with, I promise celebrity gossip. So I will just do one celebrity gossip, save something for the next stream. So since it is Festivus, the Costanza family, George Costanza and his family supposedly created it on the Seinfeld show. And I told you a little story when we started the stream about how Festivus came to be. But I'd like to tell you a story about Jason Alexander. So Jason Alexander is totally opposite of his character in Seinfeld. He does not have, a real funny sense of humor. He's great, but he's a little more introverted than you would think. He doesn't like sports. He knows nothing about sports whatsoever. And he's also a triple threat. I don't know if you guys know this, a big Broadway star. He sings, he dances, he acts. Jason and I actually go back a long way. I knew Jason before he was famous. I was friends with a well-known playwright, and we went together to see him in a play in Queens. And he was so good. And we met him afterwards. And I was like, this guy's going to be really famous. He's so good. And guess what? A year later, he got Seinfeld. So that's my gossip about Jason. Sean thought that he's really Emery's, my daughter's dad. And so I'm thinking, is it too late to get child support from him if that's true? You guys know I'm just kidding, right? I'm funny. That's what I do. Funny, right? So anyway, so it looks like there's no more questions. Again, I want to wish you guys the happiest, warmest holiday. We appreciate all of you so much. We appreciate you guys being here. I look forward to some more of your stories and your breakthroughs. And I just want to say, yeah, Festivus for the rest of us, if you don't celebrate anything else. Would you like to say anything in closing, Sean?
Thank you to everyone that's working on the hunt. I hope you're enjoying it. And yes, have a happy holiday season.
All right, guys. Bye. Does this mean, Mike, you're going to have to call me and spend an hour telling me how to turn the stream off? Anyway, I'll just shut the computer. All right, guys. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and like it. We're at 1,000. We made 1,000. Woo! So we're real excited about that. So would appreciate that. All right, guys. Sleep tight. Happy holidays. Bye.